The older I get, the more I realize that the world is not understanding or as all-knowing of the fitness industry and fitness in general as much as you and I might think they are. To us, macros sounds simple. To us, whole food as a concept being better than processed food sounds simple. To us, going to the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week, getting your daily steps in, drinking water sounds easy. But the reality is that there are plethoras, and I mean plethoras of people out there that don't even have a single ounce of that knowledge on their side and are still in this shroud of the American standardized diet.
USA! USA!
And when you put yourself into a position where you don't have that knowledge and you're now raising children, things become extremely concerning. And I think this is definitely a topic of high controversy for some reason, but it's one that's really, really, really important in truly understanding basic nutritional principles that don't require any kind of degree or really, for that matter, any kind of formal education outside of a 15-minute YouTube video could lead you to ends that are so bountiful. Today, we're going to be talking about an American mom that has one of the worst diets that I have ever seen for her family and herself. Editor, roll clip 1.
Grocery haul as a 37-year-old full-time working mom of 3 boys who also moved her parents in with her.
So already, without even letting the video play, you can kind of see the dilemma that's unfolding right before you in front of your eyes. We look at the countertop and there is like a gallon of mayonnaise on the countertop sitting next to non-diet Coca-Cola and a whole family-sized bag of Dorito nacho chips. I think those are nacho Doritos chips. Maybe. I don't know. I don't eat Doritos. Maybe you guys eat Doritos. You tell me. But that shit's wild. And you can truly see where this is going already.
So we have groceries today from 3 different places. We got groceries from Sam's, Walmart, 4 places. Sam's, Walmart, Food Lion, and Piggly Wiggly.
I just heard a fire alarm, and that already, it sets the tone for what's coming next.
So we got 2 containers of the 2-bite brownies. 2 of those because they'll be gone so quick. We got 1 big thing of Cinnamon Toast Crunch because we still had some left over from last trip, so we didn't need as much this time. We got a big box of the oatmeal cream pies. We got some tea. We got some cereal bars. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big bags of fries.
What we have just seen is an exorbitant amount of calories, all from processed carbohydrates. Not a single gram of protein has been presented in front of the screen yet. And who needs that many fries? I mean, you could have a huge family. That many fries? That many fries? I mean, oh my Lord.
Oh my God!
Look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to explain this. When you consume protein, it's a highly beneficial nutrient molecule, okay? A lot of the sources of protein are going to be very micronutrient dense. As long as they're not eating, chicken and rice all day long, you're getting a lot of micronutrients from things like steak, wild-caught salmon, various different foods like mussels, and, whatever else, really, like an assortment of different proteins, eggs. I mean, they provide tons of nourishment on a day-to-day basis. But do you know what doesn't really have a whole lot of micronutrients? Carbohydrates. Not many carbohydrates outside of vegetables, which again, there are none of here, have micronutrients to speak of, besides trace minerals that really don't add up to much at the end of the day. Instead, what you get is a ridiculously high blood glucose after consuming meal upon meal of carbohydrates and sugar, and ultimately diminishing your health exponentially. And keep in mind, there is 150 essential nutrients that the human needs on a day-to-day basis. 150, none of which are going to be accomplished by eating 6 bags of fries like that. It blows my mind. You'd think we'd be opening a McDonald's store at this point.
I got some conditioner, some Q-tips, children's Tylenol, some cucumbers, some lettuce.
We got vegetables. We got vegetables. We got vegetables.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got them.
We got vegetables. We got vegetables. We got vegetables. Fiber is at least in the diet. Colon cancer left the chat, hopefully. Maybe. Probably not. Probably not. We'll be honest.
That good old Louis bread from the Piggly Wiggly. Some bananas. We got 6 blocks of the Monterey Jack cheese. We got a watermelon. We got 2 big things of mayonnaise because we be going through some mayonnaise.
I was mistaken. I thought there was 1 gallon of mayonnaise. There is, in fact, 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
We got some grapes. We got some eggs.
12 eggs. We got some protein at least. Finally, after, we're halfway through the video. There is some protein.
2 blocks of the mozzarella cheese. 6 blocks of the mild cheddar cheese. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dr. Peppers.
8 Dr. Peppers. 8 Dr. Peppers. Let me just do a thought experiment really quick. So one of those bottles contains over 230 grams of sugar. Each bottle itself contains well over 1,000 calories. And so when we're talking about 8 bottles of non-diet Dr. Pepper, we are talking well over 1,000 grams of sugar, well over 7,000 calories in just fluid. That doesn't contribute to anything for your hunger or for satiety at all. This is how diabetes happens.
We got these subs for Bryson. He absolutely loves the Italian Hero subs at Walmart. We got 4 of these for him, so this should last him for quite a few days here. We got 1 Mountain Dew because we still have a few of those left. We got a box of Fruit Loops. We got 1 bag of the purple Doritos. We got a thing of buttermilk, a big bag of sugar. We got 2 gallons of milk. We got a thing of nabs. We got the Fruit Loops with marshmallows. We got some Oreos. We got 2 packs of Capri Suns. We got 4 New York strips.
Let me get this straight. We have 12 boxes of cereal, 16 boxes of cheese, only 12 eggs, and for the entire family, 4 New York strips. Let's just theorize. Let's theory craft a little bit here. What if somebody was to take, I don't know, a reverse of this equation? Let's say the ratio changed up a bit to where the amount of carbohydrates was replaced with the amount of protein that she bought, and the amount of protein that she bought was replaced with the amount of carbohydrates that she bought. This family would be wildly healthy, wildly so far better off. Let me explain something. When you consume a gram of protein, you don't get 4 calories because 1 gram of protein is generally 4 calories, but you actually have to process that protein, and that process is very energy extensive. It is expensive as a process in general to break down proteins into amino acids and to actually utilize them in your body. It's very inefficient. At a certain level, you only manage to absorb about 80 to 90% of that said 4 calories, and this is because protein is very thermogenic and all this other stuff. And so you could even eat a higher amount of calories and protein and still effectively be able to maintain a very lean body composition. It is almost infinitely better than consuming tons of grams of fat in processed things like this, as well as tons of sugar, just raw sugar from a lot of these things. It is infinitely better.
We got 2 packs of ribeyes here. We got a thing of drumsticks here. We got 2 packs of pork chop, 32 pizzas.
32 pizzas!
So we got a tower of pizzas again.
32 pizzas, my guys. 32 pizzas. At least they have pepperoni, all right? At least they have pepperoni. You're getting some protein there. All right. You get the premise of the video. This is just one video. This is what this woman is feeding her family. And you can now see why we will never get free healthcare in the United States. Real talk. I mean, you have a person who has just purchased 9 bottles of soda for her family, non-diet, 32 pizzas, 16 bricks of cheese, and a copious amount of other processed foods, like I think it was 9 or 10 bags of cereal, family-sized bags of cereal, and only 2 cucumbers. Only 2 cucumbers. You know, this kind of stuff really astonishes me because in my world and the people that I associate with, I tend not to see this kind of living. But the reality is there is a very large portion of America in which this is their day-to-day diet. They're grabbing the easy things and the tasty things, or at least so their brain thinks, because it's sort of this like dopaminergic stimuli to eat things that have high concentrations of sugar. But you have a lot of these people and we don't see them because, or at least I don't, because I am surrounded by people who eat like I do. And my diet, I should do a grocery haul actually. You guys have asked me to do that a lot. But basically all I eat is steak, yogurt, and eggs. And I am not a carnivore guy. I'm not any kind of guy. That's what's easy for me. I like that food. I love that food, in fact. So I am happy to eat 4 times a day, one meal being some eggs in the morning, another meal being some steak, maybe some rice, another meal being, you know, a wild caught salmon fillet if I can source some good ones, ideally Atlantic caught, but I'm getting specific here and it's not really that important. It actually kind of is, but it's not really at the same time.
Jeez, make up your mind, America.
And maybe a nice little bowl of yogurt for a dessert at night. You know, that's a really fun day of eating for me and I thoroughly enjoy it. But my brain has not been programmed like this, I don't think. And I would truly be embarrassed to call this a grocery haul as a parent because it is your job to teach your kids how to live healthy lifestyles that really reflect outwardly positivity and functionality. But this is not that. I mean, these boys that she's raising are going to end up with childhood diabetes, heart issues in a very early stage of life. I mean, as a result of the foods that she's selecting, her lifespan, her family's lifespan is being dramatically shortened. And as a parent who loves their children and loves the ability to spend life with them, I mean, I would imagine your prerogative would be, I need to take care of these people at any cost. Yeah, even if they want the fucking pizza.
Look, guys, let's meet in a middle ground, okay? We're going to just eat good foods for a while. Maybe on a Saturday we have pizza night and we all eat fucking pizza and we're happy, merry-go-lucky. Awesome. But for the majority of the week, we're gonna be smart about ourselves. We're gonna take care of our bodies and we're going to reflect good habits.
Daddy, chill.
Not even 10% of that grocery haul was real food. I mean, she spent well over $500 for just snacks. We have a lady who's purchased 2 cucumbers, a head of lettuce, and 1 watermelon and thinks that that's nourishing her family. And this is honestly why a lot of the times I do end up saying, hey, I'm pro GLP-1s because they solve a lot of these problems. Now, this person needs thorough education on food selection. And I mean, we're talking the basics here. Like, hey, stick to the perimeter of the grocery store because generally that's where you're going to find fresh produce, fresh fruits, fresh meats, all the good stuff, and not the pre-processed, hyper-palatable foods that she's consuming and giving her family. She needs to learn that, hey, protein is the most valuable nutrient that you can really choose from, and then you construct all meals based off of protein. Hey, generally a human doesn't need to consume 5,000-6,000 calories a day. She needs to understand that, hey, having excess body weight does not lead to a good life. In fact, it leads to a far more expensive lifestyle than most people who are eating healthy would live. And in her profile on TikTok, she has in her bio, Jesus lover. And again, I can't help but reflect that statement into the actions that she's taking. I'm not very religious myself. I'll be completely honest.
I'm going to impregnate everyone with the word of God. You gonna get pregnant with the word of God. You gonna get pregnant with the word of God.
But if one was religious and they believe that Jesus sacrificed himself for us, for the love of mankind, and he loves all creatures, and God made himself in humans, like you are the reflection of him. This isn't what that man was doing, all right? He was not doing this stuff. He was not eating 32 fucking pizzas.
Good morning. Brantley is getting some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Literally just got out of bed, and the second that boy's feet hit the floor, he's ready to eat. Every day.
That bowl of cereal was like 5 or 6 servings of cereal with milk in it. She's complaining about how that boy is ready to eat when he wakes up. Feed him some steak. Feed him some eggs, all right? If he likes cereal, give him some cereal. Sure. But you better damn well give him a full breakfast. I mean, it blows me away that people don't understand there is a meal and then there is a snack. And eating sugar in the form of cereal is not a meal that's going to support functional growth and specifically neurological development of a child. All right, give that boy some eggs. Yeah, sure, give him some cereal with some milk in it. He gets his calcium at least that way. But you better damn well make sure he's getting a full meal and you're reducing the amount of sugar that he's consuming as a breakfast. Because that is not breakfast. I don't know if I'm crazy here, but that is not breakfast. I mean, she just cooked 2 eggs in more fat per weight than the 2 eggs themselves. What are we doing? Because the crazier thing is she's cooking on a nonstick pan. You don't need like 5 tablespoons of butter to cook on a pan that is nonstick already.
We had leftover rice. Mama's over there measuring. She found something she likes. Okay, and here's Brayden's breakfast, rice and eggs.
So she gave her kid a bowl of rice with 2 eggs and some processed cheese on it. Again, nowhere near enough true nutrients to support physiological development as well as neurological development for a child. All right, this is honestly insane. We're getting better. This is better than a bowl of cereal, but it's still nowhere near what needs to be happening. She says, ignore the junk on my counter. I think that is part of the problem, actually. I think that is part of the fucking problem. At least we're not hearing fire alarms go off in the goddamn middle of the video. Jesus, you know, holy Christ.
All right, guys, I fixed me some warmed over rice with some eggs, and this is mine. I'm gonna get Brayden his sweet tea, and y'all have the best day.
And sweet tea in the morning. Sweet tea is just code for I'm putting sugar in my tea so it tastes better. That is all that is. Sweet tea is sugar with a hint of flavoring from the tea. It's all you get. This meal is 100 grams of carbohydrates and like 6 grams of protein right now. What are we doing? So look, if you're this parent, if you're even just a human being, please understand something. It would behoove of you to absolutely take care of yourself and your family, if you have one, by just truly thinking about what would a quote unquote healthy person eat? Like if I was the healthiest version of myself, what would I be eating for breakfast? And I think the logical conclusion that anyone could make, even without true education, anyone would make in their mind is probably not a bowl of cereal, probably not oatmeal cream pies, probably not sweet tea filled with sugar, probably not non-diet soda. Because I just don't understand in what world 48 oatmeal pies is necessary for any human to be having, no matter how large the family. This comment actually got me fucking rolling, man. This video, she's buying more pizzas because the 36 pizzas or whatever wasn't even enough. And I'm still baffled by the amount of pizzas that this family consumes. They need to open a pizzeria at this point, except they probably don't even know how to make the pizza because no one's teaching anybody how to cook here. They're just buying things that are already cooked for them. Good options, good things, you know? I'm a huge promoter. You guys have seen it in all of my videos. I love bodily freedom. I think you should be entitled to it. Do whatever you want with your body. If that's taking steroids, take some steroids. If that's doing peptides, do some peptides. If that's tattooing the shit out of yourself because you think it looks cool, tattoo the shit out of yourself. You have freedom to your body, yes, but you are also at liability for whatever happens to you because of the things that you do. I am unemployed. If I ever get a job, I would be a lucky man with these current tattoos. That is a consequence that I have to face, all right? That is something I have to do in the choices that I've made in my life. But I'm doing pretty damn well self-employed. You know what I mean? I'm doing pretty damn well. And the fact of the matter is you can't really say this outcome is gonna lead to fruitful life. It's not gonna lead to a very giving life. You're not gonna get much from this, okay? I always say this too. The whole bodily freedom concept, which I thoroughly believe, is the foundation is on top. It is on education, basic education, and understanding principles like how to nourish your body. If you want to eat like this, that's fine, but at least have some basic foundational education on what is the right choice, because then you at least know you're making the wrong choice. And here, it doesn't even seem there is an awareness of what the wrong choice is. I don't know. I thought that video was really interesting to make. Hey guys, really quickly, we have a 20% off sale on all of our products right now. Super Follicle Fuel. If you want to regrow your hair, Looks Max, be the man with the densest hairline ever. We made a product for that. I formulated a product for that. It's down below in the link in the description. 20% off sale right now. Go and grab yourself some. All you have to do is use code SFF20 and you are going to get 20% off of your order. I highly suggest it if you're a man suffering from balding or potentially losing hair due to exposure to steroids. Let's be honest. This is a great product for you. You can go read more about it. I won't bore you with the details in this video. And also, if you're here and you've been watching my channel for any length of time, I really appreciate you. You are my heroes. You make shit like this possible for me to sit in this chair and be unemployed, which is great. And hopefully in return, I can provide you enough content to fill your day with, right? So you're not so lonely like me. You have somebody to eat with, at least. I'm here with you while you're munching on whatever you're munching on, brother, or whatever you do while you watch my videos, which actually is kind of weird to think about. But if you are new here and you haven't watched my videos before, I recommend you subscribe. We cover a lot of interesting things within the realm of fitness and much, much more. I would love to see you in the next video. We'll catch you later, guys.
This is war with the enemy. Think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak.